Say, okay, we're gonna go get treats. Yeah? Come on. The amount of creatures that I have had to placate tonight is astounding. But we're back. We're here. I've made it. Welcome back to yet another Halloween decor hunting episode. I have a lot to share with you guys today. There's a lot of ground to cover, especially right now before all of the Halloween stuff is gone, because that's the road we're headed down. So today I'm going to share with you at home, Marshall's, Target, Joann fabrics, and Spirit. I have learned my lesson with Spirit. There needs to be an entire video. So I just shared the highlights here. We'll go over that a little bit after we come back from our little trip and we have our little discussion. So grab yourself a snack. As everybody says, apparently we all need to grab snacks. Shall we? Welcome to At Home, where they already have Christmas out and things like Check the Halls decor. Reindeer's real cute though. I did like it. Here's the Grand Witch. She looks beautiful in all her glory in this little vignette that they decided to do with her. Some Raven LED candles. I did think those were beautiful. Welcome to our haunted house. They had some signage that was left that I hadn't seen yet before at their location, or at least at this location. Some skull and roses. A sun pillow, a part of the Lunar Magic series. I think there was a moon pillow that went along with that as well. I really like these pumpkin iron gate things that they came out with for their outdoor decor. Some skeleton pedestal candle holders. Some more pencil trees and candy corn colors. I love candy corns enough that I wanted to show you this pillow with sparkles. A haunted telephone.
Come with me to the grave. I'm coming for you.
Very spooky. A sparkly skull, some kitty cats, a treat sign with some more cats. Beautiful. A spooky sign. I actually really like this. I thought this would go well against a white wall. A bottle brush wreath. A spiderweb wreath. This was pretty cool though. I liked it. Some candy ghost. Collectors are welcome here. Candy collectors. How cute. A Grim Reaper, enter if you dare statuette. This boneyard vignette with this alien next to Jack Skellington. That giant Jack Skellington blow up. It was kind of insane. Some skeleton bowls. Cute. Real cute. Some spooky tree gourd ghoul things from the Halloween Hoedown collection. Welcome to Target. The dollar section had some paper bats, some treat bags, some drink bags. Aren't those cool? I thought those were actually pretty nifty. Some paper rats. Those were holographic. Very interesting. It did not disappoint in the dollar spot this year. There were also some chokers, some little skeleton hand hair clips, some candy corn hair clips, and some little Halloween earrings with some jack-o'-lanterns, candy corns, and stuff. Some headbands, festive, very festive. Some wood cut-out pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns and bats and ghosts and skulls and little witches. They did have some paint your own skeletons. Those are jack-o'-lanterns with some little cats on them. Some of the Threshold collection, they had this table throw. What is a table throw? If you know what a table throw is, apparently this is one of them. I thought it was beautiful. This tombstone tray, it's like a ceramic tray, was beautiful. And these eat, drink, and be scary cups were awesome. I think they did a pretty good job with that little line that they had. Some wall art. Eek Street, Happy Halloween, and Spooky. And Enter If You Dare, and another trick or treat. They did a good job on their little treat buckets this year. I thought that was really cute. I really like the jack-o'-lantern one, and the trick-or-treat one's beautiful too. Some witch candy dishes, ceramic witch candy dishes. They're hide-and-eek towels and tablecloths in various patterns. like jack-o'-lanterns and skulls. It's all the same hide-and-eek pattern that they've had for the last couple of years. Some lace tablecloths, which were pretty. I also really like this little Ouija, it's like a table tray. It's wooden. They had a Happy Halloween one right underneath it. So two different designs in that wooden table tray. Some Nightmare Before Christmas glow-in-the-dark cups. Cute. And then their paper plate collection. They had some Happy Halloween ones, some skulls, and then I think one has multiple skulls on it. Yes, I'm right. Multiple skulls, little laughing skulls. I like those. Very cute. Some jack-o'-lantern stuff. I did like that, but not as much as the skulls, honestly. I thought the skulls were a little bit better. Very cute, though. This light-up cauldron, it's like see-through cauldron drink dispenser. Very cute. I didn't even see that online. A whole Day of the Dead collection. I thought this was really neat and kind of something I hadn't seen before. I like that they separated it out from the Halloween and gave it its own little space to shine. I would have loved to have seen a little bit more, but from what I was able to see, it was all really beautifully done. So, loved all of the pieces from this. All of the little cats and the little puppies and the pillows were stunning. Those little warblers are weird, but cute. A little witch parking sign. And all of their little, I want to say they do like a miniature little town, spooky town thing at Target. I have never truly seen all of the pieces for it before, but here are some of them. And then they also have some of the wood cutout pieces like the cemetery, the candy shop, the bell tower, and the little witch cottage, little potion shop. Here's the street lamp. I've actually seen the street lamp quite a bit out this year, and it's very cool. Some neons, a little ghosty neon that's holding a jack-o'-lantern. A jack-o'-lantern neon. Very cute. Very cute. There were older ones that they did that actually came out in the dollar spot that I prefer over those, to be honest with you. Some little figurines, little baby warblers, another evil telephone.
You have reached us after hours, and we're out trick-or-treating. Please try back.
And a spooky little fishbowl. Wheel of Fate.
Happy times are ahead.
A little Happy Halloween lantern that lights up with a cat on it. I love a black cat. This weird skull plasma ball. It was hard to see the plasma, but it was still really interesting. I did not hate this. Thought it was cool. My first piece of the Ghoulish Garden that I've ever seen out in the wild was the little vampire lips one. I don't exactly remember what it's called, but there was like a miniature version, and then they had their little miniature owls and birds, a Happy Halloween sign with a raven on it. I love that. That reminds me of Over the Garden Wall so much. The little bottle brush tree wreath was real cute as well. They had a couple of wood cutout signs for indoor and outdoor. This was the indoor version with a pumpkin stack and a little tricks, treats, and beware sign for indoors as well. Very cute. And here's some more of the outdoor stuff. I did see a larger skeleton. The candy, dead end, and trick sign was more for outdoors. The kitty cat, the welcome to, I think it just says welcome treaters. Some little spooky cars. One that has a coffin on top. One that had a pumpkin, it looked like. Some more bottle brush trees. And these little houses, I want these for Christmas. Same thing with this lantern. This screams dark Christmas to me, and I'm all about that vibe. So who knows? Maybe we'll see something like that in the future. Some larger figurines. These look like they light up, which they do. Some pumpkins. They're like little jack-o'-lanterns, but they're decorated instead of carved. They're cute, not my style. Some little ghouls for outside or inside, if you will. Spooky ghoul guys. Feet, lots of feet and hands. So stick them in the yard, stick them in a pot, you know, that sort of thing. These little bats were precious. I thought they were very cute. And they had some smaller bats and then some spiders. Gotta love a fluffy plush spider. I've seen these lights around. I actually really, really like them, but they're a little smaller than I anticipated. The ghost and the jack-o'-lantern and the bat. They had some larger neons, a larger ghost neon and a larger skull neon that actually had like eyes and a mouth. And then there's the skeleton and jack-o'-lantern fruit. Interesting. The skeleton hand stack. Joann's. We are going to start off with a couple of doormats. They had a skeleton doormat or a skull doormat, a Ouija doormat or a spirit board doormat, some jack-o'-lanterns. They have some really unique designs this year. I think they're very specific to Joann's, though. Some iron gates. Seeing a lot of those this year, and I'm not mad at it. A little witch's ensign. Some more feet. And some iron jack-o'-lantern buckets. There's another willow tree. That one was pretty pricey as well. Some outdoor signs that say trick or treat, boo, welcome, a tombstone, another jack-o'-lantern stack, and a lot of boxes and little hat buckets, it seems like. They're really cute. I love the designs that Joann's did this year. I just wish we got more of a variety. I love the ghosts, though. They're one of my favorite designs that they did for the entire year. Something Wicked This Way Comes. A little spiderweb action going on up here that has this little creature, little bug insect design on top with the spiders and the beetles. And then this little spooky and scary one with the witch. That's the other design that they did this year that I really liked. I thought they did a great job with both of those. I'm spooky and I know it, eh? I you know, the boxes are interesting to me. I spent a lot of time looking at them, but there's not a ton of purpose in them for me, in my opinion. Hey, a chicken, some yoga skeletons, a monkey, another yoga skeleton, and some candles. I do really like these spiderweb candles. I thought those were done really well. Some haunted house candles, jack-o'-lanterns, and skeletons. Another creepy telephone, a gramophone. Am I right? Some books, a lot of skulls. Some beaded black skulls. I thought those were really neat looking. They did a really good job with the detailing on those. Some skull stacks and a large glittery black skull stack, a regular skull, and these weird velvet hand little things holding these goblets. I'm assuming that it's for treats or candles. A little crow on top of a skull, a candle on a skull, and then their oil slick collection. Not my favorite. But to each their own. I did see this same lanternfish at home, but not in the oil slick. And then some larger oil slick skulls were really cool. Lots of socks, you guys. Bite me, I bite. Zombie alpacalypse. Here for the booze. Bootylicious. If you could dream it, you could be it. In one of these socks, I tell you. So many. The mummy socks down there on the bottom right are really cute. I should have gotten some of these now that I see them again. Some just like glass clings. You could put these on your car. You could put them in the windows of your house. They have, window clings are interesting. They hold a little bit of nostalgia in my little chilly heart. Lots of really cool candles. I have to say, though, I did not love any of the scents that Joann's had. I thought they all either smelled really similar or they were just kind of way off base. But I will say that I did really enjoy the little labels that they put on the front of the candles. And I like these little sparkly ones, too. They did a good job on styling their candles this year. I just wasn't a huge fan of all of the scents. Some of them were okay. And their prices were quite high. Same with their LED little tea light candles. They were relatively high priced, and you can get them cheaper at the Dollar Tree. I do really like these jack-o'-lantern candles, as well as the longer candlesticks with the little jacks on them. I thought that was very cute. These spider splatter candles are really cute. I thought they did a really good job with these pillar candles as well. And the little spider tea lights are precious. Their tea lights, they always do a really good job with them. I would never want to burn them because, I mean, look at them. They're adorable. They're not scented either. These vignette candles that they did with the witch on the broom and the haunted house, love them. A tall trick-or-treat broom, apparently a Life is Beautiful sign, and this witch marquee sign. Oh my gosh, let me tell you how much I love this thing. It was $50 without a coupon, but pretty much everything at Joann's is at least 40% off right now. A beware sign with some spiders and some spider webs. A creepy crawly sign with another spider web. A haunted house is a happy house, and you just need a little hocus pocus. Something wicked this way comes. Some of your standard sayings. That fright this way sign lights up. A very large Happy Halloween sign, which I enjoyed. Some spider webs. A ghost that says boo underneath. Now, they have wood cutouts of that ghost that are half the price, I think, as well as the boo sign that's also half the price. And another boo sign, another trick-or-treat sign. Some tablecloths, some lace tablecloths with spiders, bats, eyeballs, you name it, they've got it. Very large table runners, honestly. And some mantle runners as well. They had door runners and little spider webs for the sides of your doors, and a whole bunch of banners that say Happy Halloween or Trick or Treat. You can use it indoor or outdoor, and some little witch garland as well. A trick or treat sign that is in the shape of a spider web with a little spider, some pumpkin stacks, more garland, a haunted home sign with that really cool witch on it, as well as a hocus pocus garland that has her on it as well. I thought that was a really cool, kind of iconic piece that they did there. I really liked it, as well as the pumpkins. Oh so spooky, boo to you, some black cats, some cute little pumpkins, a couple of little light up trees, and some additional trick-or-treat signs. Like I said, they didn't go too hard on different phrases. Trick-or-treat, fright this way, hocus pocus, scaredy cat, yada yada. I mean, kind of the same traditional phrases that you will see out there right now, but they are very cute. Some skeleton garland. Like I said, that oh so spooky sign is really cute. It's kind of interesting how they did all of their stuff to match up with each other. So you could use the stay for a spell with the fright this way. It all just kind of matches up really well. And they did a good job, and they gave you quite a few doormats to choose from this year too. So, including this little spiderweb number down here at the bottom. So, Bone to be Wild, eh? A little plate tier situation, some jack-o'-lantern cookie jars, little canisters, cute. Some jack-o'-lantern plates, a ghost plate. I wonder if these are spoon rests or plates. Let me know what you think down in the comments. A coffin-shaped platter with a weird-shaped skeleton for like a little dipping situation. Some plastic cauldrons. A silver pumpkin with a spider web and a spider. An orange version. Cute. This spooky, scary thing that they've done. I think actually it just says spooky in different colors. I really like the orange and black stripe situation they've got going on here. Happy Halloween and Boo. And some more oil slick pumpkins. Between Joann's and at home, you'll be able to find any pumpkin you've ever wanted. Some outdoor stakes. Some more lighting, some candy corn lights. They've got the purple, green, and orange lights. I love these little bubbly cauldron tea light things. You could probably even put dips in there if you really wanted to, but I'm thinking tea lights. Either that or I'm just real hungry. This little flippity dippity spooky sign, and then this trio of jack-o'-lanterns that you would put tea lights in as well. Very cute. Very cute. Spooky vibes only. I've been seeing a lot of artificial black plants around these days. Some more signage, some more pillar candles. There's that spooky scary. That one says spooky scary. Some little spooky trees. I think those were sparkly too, and they were relatively expensive. Some Christmas tree. Well, you can't call them Christmas tree. It would be a spooky tree ornament. I really liked their wood cutout stuff, though. I have to say, I like to get a little crafty during the Halloween times. So to be able to do my own trick-or-treat sign or my own spiderweb bookends or some outdoor yard decor like the cauldrons or the pumpkin stacks or the black cat, something like that would be a lot of fun to do during the fall, just to kind of get yourself ready for Halloween. Not to mention, if you take a look really closely at some of this stuff, it is actually stuff that they are selling that they've already painted for double or triple the price. I love these houses. Again, I'm thinking Christmas. I already mentioned the spiderweb bookends. I love those things. I think those are really adorable, and they're really well priced. A welcome mortal sign. See, I told you there was a wood cut out of that little ghost. It's right down there. Some spiders. Home sweet haunted home. A little tombstone. Broomstick parking sign. Again, all of this is kind of DIY, do it yourself. And then here are some signs that are not DIY or do it yourself that just say Happy Halloween or spooky or home sweet haunted home. At least it's all done in the same kind of font that they use throughout their entire branding of Halloween this year. So all in all, a very traditional, enjoyable, happy vibe to all of their stuff. You know, everything is kind of traditionally colored with the black, white, orange. I haven't seen much purple in their designs at all. Maybe a little bit of silver. These little mod spider things that they've got going on, these mirrors. And I like this little cast iron spider as well. A skeleton in a coffin. There's their little insect thing with these little mini trays that they did, or the little mini plates. Looks like a table tray, some more gourds and or pumpkins, kind of lantern-esque stuff, and some pillows. A hocus pocus pillow. These lanterns are really interesting. They're just glass, like you can hold them. And then some spiderweb bowls with some spiders. It looks like you could add some little baubles into the little bowl and make it look super festive. Maybe some jack-o'-lanterns in there. A home sweet haunted home sign, a beware sign. I really like this little mirror as well. It was very cool. And some haunted houses. I thought these were very neat. More gourds. Very bejeweled ones that have some spiders and some jewels. More feet. More pillows. This one has the haunted house on the pillow. I actually thought this was very cool. And then they had some detailing on it as well. Some insects on some pumpkins. A let's get spooky sign. Some little spooky branches. And there are some of their kitchen towels. Another happy haunting sign. And some really beautiful, just traditional looking lanterns, honestly. I just think they look a little gothic. That's some everyday gothic decor there for you. Even the little, that guy, yeah, with the skeleton hands. Oh, I'm into it. And the ombre on the glass. Yes. All Hallows Eve, there's some ravens floating around and some bats, those little silver bats. More pumpkins. A lot of these have skulls and or skeletons poking out of them. Very interesting. A feather wreath. Some more glass pumpkins. A welcome sign that has a bunch of feathers on it as well. I think crows and ravens are starting to make their way around as well. A little eyeball, little all-seeing eye action. A skull. Does he have sunglasses on, or is that just beaded? That's just beaded, right? Yeah. Okay. This little pillow says, please don't wake the dead. Very cool. Lots more pumpkins. A little happy Halloween sign. This little death head moth pillow. How cool is this? This is really unique. I've never seen anything like that before. So good job. Good job, Joanns. Some jack-o'-lantern pillows. A happy Halloween one that has either a crow or a raven on it. And then another one that says, we're like really into Halloween. It reminds me of that Target dollar spot doormat that they had last year. There's the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin with the stripes. It's really unique to Joann's. I feel like you can only maybe pair it with Joann's stuff. Some more kitchen towels, a little spirit board one that says please don't wake the dead, eat, drink, and be scary, and then those tins. Marshalls. Let's kick it off with some Ray Dunn dog and cat bowl stuff. And then some more Ray Dunn stuff right here on this very front table as we walked in the door. This was interesting. I hadn't seen this much Ray Dunn since we had started, but it was very cool to see some of the stuff. I'm not the biggest Ray Dunn fan. I think you might know that by now. But I tell you, enough people start floating around and showing you all of their cool Ray Dunn stuff, then you start wanting it. Like this little Boo thing. This, like, I need it. I don't need it. A little Oktoberfest mug. This treats container. How cute is that? Boo, spooky little wine glasses. They had a lot of these little A Witch, One Handsome Devil, and their little monsters live here. More travel mugs from Ray Dunn. Some gnomes. I saw so many gnomes this year, y'all. That little Boo tray is very cute. I gasped when I saw these. Fright Night, Hocus Pocus. They even had the white iridescent one that says Boo and Spooky on it. They weren't trying to hide them. They were just trying to keep them out of the way. Broomstick parking sign was really cute. And these traditional witches, you've seen them before. I love this spiderweb travel mug. And these glass mugs from Ray Dunn, Hocus Pocus and everything. There's the Tomb Sweet Tomb little plant holders that are in the back. Witch and Wizard Ray Dunn mugs. And then I did find one that had a topper on it. Spirit Halloween. Kicking it off with Mr. Billy Butcherson. This head is the coolest thing I've seen in all of Spirit Halloween. They didn't have a ton of Hocus Pocus stuff. They had some mugs. They had a couple of like pieces of wall art or like tins. And then they had like little tchotchkes like this Hocus Pocus thing with the cauldron and like little ghost versions of the witches coming out. And they had a couple of little things for the Haunted Mansion, but not a ton. A couple of Madame Leota things, a 3 thumbs up sign that lights up. It just had like little lights in it. It wasn't like a neon light or anything. And more mugs. I think if Spirit's good for one thing, it's good. They're good for giving you mugs for what you want. Lots of Beetlejuice this year. A ton of Beetlejuice. I want to say I saw 2 different sections that were dedicated just to Beetlejuice. There were wreaths. There were doormats. Everything you could think of. I love this ghost face throw. It was really cool. They had a Pennywise version as well. And like I said, you can't go wrong with Spirit. They have tons of mugs and tons of glassware. Like I said, a lot of it stuff, a lot of Pennywise. Some trick or treat things. I really loved that photo of all of the kids in front of the school bus. It was a very cool picture. Creeping it real, eh? Yeah. Lots of t-shirts. The handbook for the recently deceased crossbody bag I thought was very neat. The Beetlejuice sign, the infamous Beetlejuice sign from last year, has made its way into this year and has been a little bit more accessible for people this year. Some Beetlejuice masks. The small little Halloween section that I saw with the Halloween safety shirt and the Boogeyman tarot shirt, which I thought was very cool. And some of the collectible Michael Myers pieces where he has his knife in the infamous jack-o'-lantern. Pennywise collectibles piece as well. Some Nightmare on Elm Street merch as well. Some Freddy Krueger sweaters. I think they even had the glove. Some Friday the 13th merch. A Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake sign. And lots of hats. Interesting. Tons and tons of t-shirts. American Psycho. Chucky. Jason, Michael Myers, Creepshow. Spooky Sam, and all of the little masks of the kids that were on the bus. I thought that was so cool. Tons of different versions of Sam's outfit. A little killer clown section. This was a very delightful surprise to me. I absolutely adore Killer Clowns from Outer Space, so this was a really nice little treat to see as I came into Spirit. Before I send you back to not voiceover Erica, please enjoy some Chucky merch and enjoy some of the animatronics that Spirit Halloween had for you when I went on this trip today.
that I have you, your soul will be mine forever. Halloween costumes make me crazy. They make me wanna pummel things with my hammer. I think I'm going crazy again.
Well, welcome back. I hope you had a good time. There was a lot of ground to cover. A couple of things that I want to start off saying are these. Let's discuss at home a little bit. Obviously, within the amount of time we have seen at home start, which was in July, to now, which is September, there's not a lot left. But there were still some pieces that I had never seen before, so that was a bonus. However, all of the Halloween aisles have now turned into Christmas aisles. I needed to share this with somebody so that I wasn't the only one that audibly gasped today. There, you guys, there's so many aisles of it already too. There's no getting around it. All the Halloween is out kind of like in front and center, and they've done these vignettes on these like stands that they have out in the middle. One of the pieces that I was actually really excited to see while I was at home was there, and that is the Tall Witch. She was really glittery, very beautiful, very expensive, but she was a really beautiful piece, and they did have at least one there. So I'm sure it's gone now at this point, but it was really nice to see that even now there are still some of those really coveted pieces kind of floating around in the ether. Other than that, it was slim pickings, and at home, let's be real, it was good stuff, but it was also stuff that we had seen, and then they had a couple of like token pieces that we hadn't seen. I think At Home killed it. They rocked it this year. I didn't see much that I didn't like while I was there this year, so kudos to At Home. On to Target. In my last video, I shared that they didn't have hardly anything out yet. I went again, and either they still didn't have hardly anything out yet, or it had already been picked over in less than a week. I'm gonna try again. We're gonna see what happens. You can still find stuff online at Target, but I have seen that people are having a lot of issues with their packing, much like Bath & Body Works this year, so be wary when you purchase online this year. Target was interesting. It's kind of the same shtick you see every year. They had one piece from the Ghoulish Garden. They had their traditional hide and eek. I was excited to see a couple of pieces from the Threshold collection. From what I could tell, they had already put it out and then it all sold out. So they had a couple of table runners. They had the ceramic RIP tray, and they had some Eat, Drink, and Be Scary glasses that were beautiful. Maybe fingers crossed, we'll see an additional collection before the end of the year. Something that I thought was interesting, I don't know if I would call it neat, were the fruit pumpkins. So many fruit pumpkins. Ma'am, I already gave you treats, ma'am. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow Target found that bandwagon and decided to jump on it, especially with like Summerween. There was a lot of that, and there were a lot of watermelon jack-o'-lanterns. I feel like maybe they saw that and just wanted to run with it in some way, shape, or form. Luna, did you have good time Halloween decor hunting?
Aww.
So Target in a nutshell. Has it been exciting? I wouldn't say that it's been exciting. Hopefully Target's not done yet. I'd like to see something additional from them. Speaking of people who I would like to see something additional from, let's talk a little bit about Joann Fabrics. Everything that I saw this year seems like something I saw last year. I enjoyed a lot of pieces, but I feel like I'm missing something. Last year they did the Dark and Deco line with a traditional line. This year we are only seeing traditional. I wish they would have at least brought the Dark and Deco line back. Something, so that we have more to look at than just the one traditional Halloween line that they did. Was Joann's a disappointment? For me, yeah, a little bit, I have to admit. Last but not least, Spirit Halloween. I was not disappointed with Spirit this year. I thought they actually did a really amazing job. Some of the highlights for me. I love the animatronics, especially that weird clown guy that had his little mallet. I thought he was cool with crazy eyes. I loved their whole setup where you could walk through, and then they had everything that you could kind of step on. It was very interactive. You could take pictures. They wanted it to be an experience for the people that were there. Every single time I've gone to Spirit this year, it's been an experience and I've really enjoyed it. I was also really appreciative of the fact that we had some Haunted Mansion stuff. There was a sign, there's a light up Madame Leota sign that Spirit had this year. But the closest place that actually had this piece was in Illinois. I'm in North Carolina, so you can imagine. However, there was good news on that front. I will share that good news in a haul a little bit later. Another piece that I thought was really beautiful that is kind of Disney related is the Billy Butcherson head that you saw in the video. I freaking love that thing. Super well crafted. That's the one thing about Spirit that I feel like I can always say, is that the craftsmanship is there. Something I was a little disappointed with in regards to Spirit. They didn't have big enough horror sections for me. I thought I was going to see a bigger Michael Myers section. I thought I was going to see a bigger Freddy Krueger Nightmare on Elm Street section, Friday the 13th, Chucky. I didn't see a Scream section. I did see the Ghostface blanket, which is beautiful, by the way. There was a lot of Pennywise though. I felt like I saw more Pennywise than I saw of anything else. I loved the Killer Clown section though. I thought that was pretty dang cool, and I love the fact that that's kind of making its little resurgence right now. So what about you? What have your favorite places been so far this year? Make sure you leave those down in the comments below for me, because if it's a place I haven't been yet, I need to make sure that I head that way. Well folks, I think it is outro time. If you had a good time hanging out, make sure that you subscribe. I will be uploading, hopefully, each and every week some equally as enticing content as you saw here today. Comment down below if you have any places that have also been disappointments for you, like Joann Fabrics, like Target. Let me know, because I'd love to know. And as always, thanks for doing spooky stuff with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.